Welcome to Westbridge Hills, episode 2 with me, MrSealyp. I am just going to get rid of the last little bit of that barley, put it into the silo to add to what I've got. I don't know what I'm going to do with regard to pigs and things like that yet. Need a home for this trailer as well, actually. Then I'm going to change the wheels over on the Massey Ferguson, not the Massey Ferguson, the case, Puma, and head back up to the store. As you can see, or as you have seen, I've been contracting. I did a little bit of that little short kind of montage type thing was literally just to show that I'm doing it. I have done a fair bit more off screen because it needed doing and I needed the money. So now I've got 357,000, which means I can get the baler and the bits I need. Let's just customise that. Wide. So it cost me money. Oh, 200. Yeah, alright then. I think I can afford $200. So I'm probably going to need the traction. Anyway, but I have bought something else as well, so it just kind of gives you a bit of an indication now as to how much contracting I've done. I think once I bought what I bought, which is up at the store, it took me down to about 45,000 I think I had. So that's been done by contracting. So field 10 here, I'm going to be baling and then getting that off the field so I can use the field. I might as well start preparing bales, otherwise it's a waste of that straw. So this is what I've purchased. Got myself a nice little drop nose Massey. I've got the 5613, 130 horsepower, and I've got myself a weeder. So when my fields get into the first growth stage, especially if I'm doing it right, then I can use the fertiliser sprayer at one stage, I can weed at another stage, and like I said before, I'm still considering getting the fertiliser spreader as well, so I can do a combination of all three. But that's what I've purchased, with a nice little weight on the front, because obviously that's quite heavy, and this is a small tractor, so that will go down to the farm at some point soon. I do like the little drop nose Massey, it's really, really nice. But again, I have realised everything I'm buying is red. Okay, well, that being said, the next purchase won't be. So let's get a little bit closer. Next purchase then will be balers. Now I've been looking again at all the options available. I don't want to get a round baler, I want to get a square baler. The Big Baler 1290, the in-game one, is a nice enough baler, nothing wrong with it, but you can't attach anything to the back of it, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain. Especially when you work on your own, you want to try and get multiple jobs done at the same time. I looked at the Kuhn from the Kuhn pack, 105,000. Again, fantastic baler, can't attach anything to the back of it. I don't want to make silage bales, so I don't need the baler wrapper. So it's one of these from the Black Sheep modding mod pack, the Big Baler pack, single axle big balers. I've used these quite a lot on various different maps. I'm going to use the New Holland version, so I've got something yellow and not something red. 78,000, nice price, does the job. I don't need it standard, I need the back attacher, and buy. Now, before I do anything else, I'll need to have a quick look at the colour of this. because the New Holland's yellow isn't bright yellow, but it's not orangey. I've got to get this right, otherwise it's going to look awful. Or just go for a completely different colour, but anyway. So, next option then, to stack them and make it easier for stacking onto my semi-bale that I've got, I'm going to get the Quadro. I still don't know if it's a Quadro 5 or Quadro V. Anyway, the Quadro Pac V, Pac 5, 25,000. This will stack them, which is perfect. Question is, what colour? Is that too yellow? Is that too orangey? I might just have to take a punt and go with that one and hope it's the New Holland one, or I go for something like black or something, so it really doesn't matter what colour it is. No, I'm going to go with that one. Standard. Oh, this is going to look awful if it's wrong. We're just going for a selection of yellows. Please be right. That's actually not too bad. Okay, right, so if you haven't seen this before, if you're new to my channel, new to my videos, both of these are mods. This is from Black Sheep Modding. Can't remember off the top of my head which one, who did this one. I'll have to have a look at that. This one can come with a back attacher, which goes there. This one, the Quadro Pac V, Pac 5, whatever it is, hooks onto the back of there with both ramps down. This one bales, puts it into here. This stacks them 4 high, and then you drop them off in a stack. Makes them easier for loading trailers and things like that. So, perfect. So let's get this hooked up and let's get some baling done. I don't know how many bales I'm going to get off that field, but we will soon see. When I was looking at getting the drop nose Massey, I did look at the Lintner, because you can get all different colours of that as well, but I think the horsepower was a little bit low as far as I remember. I'm trying to remember why I didn't choose that. Off the top of my head I can't. I'm sure it was something like that. This hasn't hooked up because, there we go. So now we're hooked up in our trail. Let's get started. So by pressing triangle, I've got it set to the front trailer at the moment. So let's get that opened. Get it turned on. Drop the collector. And then move on to the rear one. This one should just be a case of dropping the ramp down. We should be good to go. Okay. Let's get collecting. Seems to be a lot. The straw swaths. Wow. I suppose it was quite a wide header, but even so. There we go, bale number 1. I think I'm going to get more off this than I thought I was actually. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by how much I'm getting off this. Right, so there we go. If I now press triangle, it opens the rear gate, pushes it out, press triangle again, drops them down, pull forward a little bit, close the gate, which is what I often forget to do, and off we go again. Right, I shall continue for a little bit and see you in a moment. Now I don't know if this is me just imagining things, or whether it's just because it's a big field, or what, I'm not entirely sure, but the amount I'm getting off the straw swaths is crazy. I mean, I know it's a big field, but I've dropped off, oh, how many stacks have I done now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's a lot of bales. I honestly didn't think I would get that many, considering it was a new field and it hadn't been ploughed, well, it had been cultivated, I guess, hadn't been ploughed, fertiliser states were, I suppose, standard. I hadn't done anything to it, so I'm kind of gobsmacked. Mind you, to be fair, as far as the bales go, straw bales, if I do what I did on Drummard, I'm going to do make a load of total mixed ration for the cows and store it. I need a load of straw, plus I need it for bedding for the pigs and the cows, so I do need a lot of straw bales, but yeah, I mean, this is just mad. Mad in a good way, but mad. So there we have it. I'm going to swap to the baler, turn it off, and unload it. I think it should only be one in there. Yep. Swap back to that, because that needs unloading. And that is it for this field, which has been a bit bonkers. Now I need to find a home, unfortunately, for all of this. I'm not sure. Raise the pickup on that and close it up. Where I'm going to put it now, according to this, let's have a quick look. Where are we? Created bales 62. Got 62 bales off that field. That's amazing for a first run over. I mean, like I said, it's a biggish field, but it still seems a lot. Okay, let's get the beacons on and get this back. Oh, beacons and everything. How exciting. Right, I'm probably going to need at some point to buy another barn. I just realised I'm running out of barn space. Probably going to put one, just trying to think actually, over the back where the root crop storage used to be, but I want a drive-through one really, so things like the trailers and this, I can drive in one end and out the other. That's what I'm thinking of. For the time being, I'm just going to put it over here out of the way. There are some different ones available in the mod hub, so I'll have a look. Just pop it here, turn that off, and disconnect the two. Right, okay. Now the thing I need to work out now is, do I invest straight away in a telehandler and get the Kotec bale forks on the telehandler, which would be a lot more easy to control, or do I just stick with oh, I'm going to stick with this, you know. That was the whole point of having it. I need to put the rear weight, there it is. That was the whole point of having this, wasn't it? So I don't go forking out loads of money, sorry about that, loads of money straight away. What I will do though is get the truck and get that over the field. Now obviously, PC, there are a host of mods available for trailers which do like an automatic collection, like the automatic bale collectors. Now in game, under baling technology, you've got the square bale collector, the Arcusin. I could have just used that rather than doing the quad pack. I could have just used that and gone round afterwards and collected them all up, which I suppose I should have done really. And I don't know why I didn't. I do like doing it with this setup and then picking them up, but I guess using this, I think I used this on Lawfold, so it's not, you know, it's not like I haven't used it for a while. Maybe later on in game, if I'm going to be doing a lot of baling, I might use that. But for the time being, I'm going to carry on as I am. But anyway, like I say, yeah, you can get all different ones on PC that automatically pick up bales of all different descriptions and wraps and round and square and all sorts. Which is fine, you know, it's great. I honestly would make it a lot easier if there was one on PS4 that had the auto load function. I'm pretty sure. I will double check. if I look at this, nope, we've got fastened tension belts. Other than that, there is no automatic pickup. So, this will go up to the field, and I'll get the tractor, the bale forks, and get to loading this thing up. I will, again, I'm not one for doing an entire episode and just showing me loading up a trailer. I mean, that's, I don't know, I would find that boring. I don't know, you know, not boring, but you know what I mean, it gets very samey. So I'll put this here to start off with and turn that off. So you know, you'll get the start, there might be a little bit in the middle, and there might be a bit at the end. Just generally how I kind of do things. So that's there. Let's go and get the tractor and start loading this thing up. Okay, so let's hook this up. Like so. Hook that up, like so. Turn it back a little bit. Let's get up there and get this thing loaded up. There are all different versions of these forks available. Let's pull back. If you go into mods, and I've forgotten where they're going to be because it's on front loader, isn't it? If you download or install the TST Pac mod, you've got these ones here: bale forks with extra extension. Where are the other ones? Oh, okay. Oh, it's actually in the mod hub, isn't it? Yeah, these are the ones I've got, the bale forks with claws. But there are, yeah, loads of different sorts in the mod hub. All do the same thing. I mean, they're bale forks. This one's just got the claws. You get ones with grabs, ones with, you know, all sorts of things. I have just found that in playing this, these are the ones that have worked the best for me personally. And I know I keep using them, but like I said before, they work really well. Why would I, just for the sake of showing something different, use something horrendous that's awful to use, I find difficult, then I get frustrated. There doesn't seem a lot of point to me. So, straight in, as long as I'm straight, claws in, and up we go. That's a big weight on the back. I think I went for the 2,300. So it should be enough to counterbalance it. Now this should be better than my round bale stacking that I did on American Outback, because these are actually far, far easier to use, and the round bales don't have a tendency to just do what they like. So now I was told as well to go to the far side first, drop that there. They have moved already. Withdraw the claws and then strap it. Now the problem with doing that is I don't know if I can put the next stack through the strap. That's supposed to just stop them moving. I don't know, I'll give it a go. I'm willing to try anything. I do find that using a telehandler for doing this, it's a slightly more stable platform, but again, that's just me, personal preference. That's not quite straight, is it? Now if I tip that back without putting the claws in yet, hopefully I can drive back and then stop suddenly. And it's supposed to settle them a little bit, but it doesn't always work. Right, claws in. Lift up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know if this will go through the tension strap or catch on it, but if it helps me to push against the other one, then it's got to be worth a try, hasn't it? Oops, a little bit close. So a little bit, I mean a lot close. So it does go through the strap, that's peculiar. So if I release the claws now, hopefully that should allow me to push against that. Oh yeah, that's not bad at all, is it? Right, withdraw that. Jump out. I can redo the strap. Ah, a cunning plan. That worked alright actually. I like that. Now, again, I can't remember who it was that told me. Fragdad? Maybe. Could have been Alien Jim. Could have been Barris. So many people have been giving me great advice lately. I can't remember who it was. I apologise, whoever it was that told me. But anyway, I do appreciate everybody's advice, and I do get loads of comments, and 90% of it is all positive, great advice, really helpful. You get the odd little bit here and there where people, it's not, I think it's criticism, sometimes it just comes across as slightly kind of, not aggressive, but it's a little bit, if it's not constructive or not helpful, I'm not quite sure why people are, you know, why bother? But that's just it. We've had this conversation so many times. We don't need to go over it again, we really don't. Okay, so this is going to continue. I'm going to load this up, like I say, it's nothing you haven't seen before. And I'll see you in a bit. It became very clear very quickly that I was going to need more than one trailer load. I was going to come back again with the semi-bale, and then I thought, well, you can hook another one up, so I was going to lease a second semi-bale, but well, that seemed too big, so I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone, try something out. Because you've got the rear attacher, I went and got the Fliegl DPW, the sort of standard in-game bale trailer, hooked that up, and it's worked rather well. Now, if you remember back to Drummard, I can't remember which episode it was, when I first used this setup, I did it with a telehandler and I loaded a trailer and I just could not stop grinning. That feeling doesn't go away. I'm really happy with this. Yeah, there are some gaps here and there, and you know, some of them aren't particularly straight, but hooking up a second trailer, and this was all done by, say, by hand, using the forks, not obviously individual bales one at a time, but there's no automatic loading or anything like that. I'm happy with that. That's really good. So I'm going to get this last one on, or last couple of bales on. Not that I've already sort of pre-lined it up or anything. Although, to be fair, the DPW trailer's a little bit more, what's the word? Not flimsy exactly, but flexible. It flexes a lot more than the other one does, obviously. Right. Let's go with that then. I say downside to this one, being that it's one of the original trailers, the new ones have far more tension straps along them. This one's got very few, so when you put the bales on, some of the stacks have only got one strap over them. But that's just the way of the world, isn't it? Right, let's get this back to the yard. These will be used for bedding, for making total mix ration, etc. So some will probably end up being taken down to the pigs and down to the cows and just put there ready for bedding, and some I will leave in the yard, because I'll probably make the total mix ration in the yard. That way I can put it straight into storage rather than transporting it miles, that kind of thing. So, beacons on. It's not a beacon on the DPW trailer, but not the end of the world. Should have looked really behind me, shouldn't I? Hopefully this thing doesn't roll and fall over, because that would be well, bad for one, but embarrassing. Where I'm going to put them though, that's a whole another Again, not sure at the moment. I may try something out in a minute, and it's a bit unorthodox. I might stick them down the back here actually. Probably should have come about that a different way. Bear with me one moment. That's a bit better. Right. Don't know how uneven the ground is back here, but let's put these kind of straight. That will kind of do, I think. Right. Let's just detach that. Okay. Not too bad. Now, this is where I'm going to do something unorthodox and probably it's not going to be liked. There's no auto unload for these things. It just becomes a case of going backwards and forwards with the forks again and taking each bale off in one hit. In theory. So this becomes another one of those, if it works you'll see it, if it doesn't you won't. I have just saved the game, so let's see if I can get this to work. Now in theory, like I say, it's unorthodox, not considered the done thing. If I reset the trailer, the bale should stay there. They could all fall over. We'll see. Do I really want to reset it? No, not really, but let's give it a go. Okay, now the moment of truth. That's not too bad, considering. There you go, automatic unload. Again, that was... yeah, I mean, it's dodgy, let's be honest. It's not even slightly realistic. But apart from that, which I can tidy up incredibly quickly, that was alright. Now, these ones, I'm probably going to leave on this trailer, because I'm going to take these ones, although that said I can't actually move the trailer now. That was a bit stupid, wasn't it? I'll think of something. I'm going to take some of these down, put them by the cows and some by the pigs, and they'll be for bedding. These will all be for making power food or total mixed ration. There we go. It worked. I'm quite happy with that. Hey, there are people that, you know, using automatic load, unload, all sorts of clever, fancy whiz-bangery. This is... there we go. I'm not complaining. I'm sure people will, but I'm not. Right, get this back up, let's go and get the trailer. I'll bring the tractor down, tidy up that bale. I was hoping... I've got the growth set on fast. I was hoping, and this is what I don't understand, part of my crop is on its first growth stage, the rest of it isn't. I don't know why. It's very peculiar. I was hoping to get some weeding done in this episode, so we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of weeding done. Hopefully. I do need to decide what I'm going to do about a barn, so I do definitely need a barn of some description. It's a lot of money though. Well, it took a little bit of sitting around and waiting, but field 16 and 17 have gone to their first growth stage, but this strip here and that chunk there has gone to its second. This was all seeded at the same time. I don't understand why it's done that. So let's open this seeder up. Weeder. And this should, now, I don't know if it's going to work on this second growth stage, but it should do. I suppose it should do. Let's drop it down. It should change the colour of the ground underneath, which means with this being weeded, it puts both of these fields, or it will do when it's done, on their final fertilising state. So work on that. So just check on the old map. There we go, darker strip. Down here. So it should be working. No fertiliser, no spreading, spraying, all natural, just getting rid of the weeds. So that should work now. I'll just leave this chugging along. It is now 6:30 though. I do need to get the Culti plough over on field 10 and get that ready for its next next seeding. I'm probably going to put canola in that one, I think, oilseed rate. It was also mentioned to me, you know, I said in the last episode I was having trouble with the contracting and how it wasn't allowing ploughing. If you go in and out a few times, apparently it will pop up. So I'll give that a go as well at some point and do a contract and see if I can get. So I've turned the ploughing back on, so I'm going to use the Culti plough because I was thinking about selling it and getting a cultivator instead. But while that's working, I'll leave it to do its thing. Right, I'm going to leave this carry on. Well, the hour is late. I did do another contracting job while this was weeding on field 16. I've now got it on field 17 to get the weeding done here, and that'll be these two done. I took over the Culti plough, that's now done field 10. I also took over the fertiliser sprayer and sprayed it, so that's now ready for seeding. And I have bought a barn. Well, I say a barn, a shelter really, it's not a barn. One of the bigger drive-through ones, just so I can put my bigger trailers and some of the vehicles that are hard to reverse into there. That you'll see in the next episode. That is the end of this one, episode 2. Another one done. We are getting going with the bales done. I need to get the ones down for the animals and start thinking about what I'm going to do animal wise, and just keep on contracting, keep plodding away, try and get that money up to get more machinery, bigger fields, and start turning things over. Hope you enjoyed the episode. A couple of little things that I hadn't done before, which I've now done. Whether they'll be approved of or not, who knows. If you enjoyed the episode, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.